What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with some Destiny 2 news and updates, and we finally get a roadmap for Season 15, so we'll discuss what to expect there, some new event details for Festival of the Lost and more. But Bungie also talk about broken exotics, upcoming changes for Trials, and the Ager Scepter catalyst as well as when it will become available. We'll talk about the bonuses for that catalyst, and then we'll round up some extra details about the weapon, secrets this week. And we've got some new info about Bungie's approach for the Witch Queen campaign. So guys, as always, I hope you enjoy this one, and if you do, be sure to get subscribed to the channel so I can keep you posted. But now, let's get into it. And starting out, Bungie finally published a roadmap for Season of the Lost, and it's a bit more basic than what we've seen in previous seasons. Between August and September, Season of the Lost begins, so of course crossplay, the 2 new activities, an exotic quest, and revamped Trials of Osiris, as well as legendary weapon quests. But then in October and November, we have both Festival of the Lost, where we're going to see masks, candy, and a new Haunted Sectors activity. And these do appear to be Haunted Lost Sectors, essentially. It'll be cool to see what that's all about, and we can see right there the Dino themed armor that Guardians are going to be able to pick up in the event. So these are actual in-game renders. We've got the Warlock in the middle and the Hunter on the right hand side. So it's going to be cool to see that stuff in game. But also between October and November, there will be Season of the Lost updates, and we're going to see Grandmaster Nightfalls, as well as Astral Alignment and Shattered Realm difficulty options, so the legendary versions of those activities will kick off in this period of time. And finally, the roadmap includes Bungie's 30th anniversary between December and February. So we get the Dungeon, the Galahorn Exotic Quest, the 6-player offensive activity, and iconic weapons from Bungie's past. Plus, we get some seasonal events, and we're going to see both Moments of Triumph and the Dawning. So between now and February, we do have 3 different events that are going to take place. And then it says Season of Redacted begins on the 22nd of February 2022, and that'll be alongside the Witch Queen expansion. So pretty cool stuff. Excited to see the Festival of the Lost stuff next month. And as always, give us any thoughts you have down below. Next though, a few days ago, Bungie Help said, due to an issue, we have disabled the Telesto Exotic Fusion Rifle in all Crucible and Gambit activities, and the Thermoclastic Blooming Artifact mod in all activities. And so both the weapon and the mod have been causing problems once again. It's safe to say Telesto is the champion of breaking things in Destiny 2, so that's something else that Bungie have now got on their list to fix. And we are going to get a hotfix on Thursday this week, so bear in mind at 9:45 AM PDT, which is 16:45 UTC, players will be removed from activities and Destiny 2 will be brought offline. Then 15 minutes later, at the daily reset time, the hotfix will roll out, and Bungie say they're going to be fixing the barriers around Scorch Cannons in the Fallen Walker public event, which have been repelling players. Also, players will no longer get stuck in the Broodhold Strike or Wolfship Turbine Lost Sector. The Warlock's Nova Warp will blink if Hold Sprint is active. Strike streaks will no longer be broken. And then they've got a fix for the Danger Zone perk, which will allow it to correctly grant more blast radius on rocket launchers. And a fix for the Sweet Spotter Triumph for the Deadeye title, and killing Vex Wyverns with precision damage will progress that. They also said that the Dawn Chorus Exotic Warlock Helmet will correctly extend burn damage on enemies. So that's a quick look at the hotfix that we're going to get on Thursday. But also, on September the 23rd, the following Thursday, there will be some extended downtime for D2. Players will be removed from activities at 5 AM PST, which is 12 UTC, and unable to log in until 10 AM, which will be the daily reset time. And it looks like we're going to get another hotfix, so bear that in mind. Other things that Bungie are looking into, and on the subject of suspension in Trials of Osiris, players were discussing other folks backing out before a match ends. And Cosmo said, we're looking at adding a similar timeout that you would get for comp. And so at some point in the future, leaving Trials of Osiris matches is definitely going to be a punishable thing. Bear that one in mind, of course, a lot more folks have been playing Trials. Another thing to mention for this week, but Horror's Least is dropping from the Corrupted Strike. It's a random drop, and it's dropping at 0 power, since it is a legacy weapon now, but if you're trying to get the Cursebreaker title, and Horror's Least is the thing that's blocking you out, then you can now farm to pick it up. Next though, let's speak about the exotic weapon quests that we got this week, and of course, Ager Scepter dropped. It is a very fun weapon which we covered in a video yesterday, and it also now allows us to destroy walls in the Shattered Realm to access different areas. The weapon will be getting a catalyst, but not until next week, so Destiny 2 tweeted, the catalyst for Ager Scepter will become available to drop from Wayfinder's Troves in Astral Alignment, starting after the reset on the 21st of September, so that is next Tuesday. And so kind of unfortunate that we can't grab it now, but something else to look forward to. And from Jinsa's Datamine text, The Catalyst perk will allow us to drain super energy, overflowing the magazine and empowering the beam with bonus damage, and the ability to slow and freeze targets until the magazine or super energy runs out, or the weapon is stowed. And this can only be activated when super energy is full. So on top of the existing bonuses, we're going to be able to empower that beam and get bonus damage, as well as an overflowed magazine, by basically consuming our super. And so I'll keep you posted once that becomes available, but otherwise, we get new story stuff for the week. And inside of Shattered Realm, there are quite a few new trivial and enigmatic mysteries to find out. And of course, following the quest when we've rescued the Techian, Savathun wanted our weekly chat, so in case you missed any of the dialogue, here it is.
I've been thinking about family quite a bit. What with all the spare time I have. It might surprise you to hear, but everything my siblings and I have done has been for each other. Even though the Vanguard isn't quite the same, they're no different at heart. You'd do anything for your family, chosen or otherwise. Go to any lengths to avenge them. Look at the Crow and Queen Mara. Siblings, bonded by cosmic fate, forever orbiting one another like binary stars. Mara reminds me of my sister. She's afraid, holding on so tightly because she can't bear to lose one more thing. But we all have to let go. When I am separated from my worm, I'll be separated from Xivu Arath too. And then my sister will be alone. The last of us. But as much as I care for her, I cannot stay like this.
Up next though, we get another interview segment from Bungie, and they recently spoke to GameSpot. And once again, they spoke to Joe Blackburn and Justin Truman from Bungie. And they spoke about how they want to make the Witch Queen campaign work a little bit more like some of Destiny's mysterious endgame content. And they said, I think over the last year, we've started to really creep into that. When you look at things like Expunge, and then the new Ascendant weekly missions, they're pretty weird. They're almost dungeon-like, and quite secretive in a bunch of their executions. The stuff this season is a Metroidvania game, which is pretty cool to be in mainline Destiny, and we want to keep blurring that line so eventually when you're playing through campaigns, you feel like you're stepping into this content. And even in early stuff in the Witch Queen campaign, and these missions we're speaking about, we said we want this to be the definitive Destiny campaign. On top of this, they speak about the legendary campaign difficulty, as well as new Hive Guardians, and they said we want to invest in combat changes where anytime you have one of these in an encounter, it feels different. And that's in reference to Hive Guardians. It goes on to say, and so it started pulling at this fantasy of what is it like to fight someone that's like you? How powerful are they? And I think to give you some Destiny parallels in what we talk about, a Hive Guardian feels like a mini-boss. It feels like a champion, something that you would never want to fight a full room of. And it goes on to speak about how they're really going to be priority targets in combat encounters, as opposed to trash mobs. But for the campaign, they say, we really want this to be mostly moody and tony and inspiring. And we don't want to go all the way to making you feel like you're in a detective mode, like in Batman Arkham Asylum or something. Or you're like, I don't know, everything's dead and I'm searching for clues. And so this is really sort of an action first stab at that. And it's been really interesting to weave that line with how can we get a bunch of these total experiences we wanted and still keep it where you feel like you're always pushing forward and trying to solve that mystery. For the core experience, they say, we want you to be able to feel like you're the one pulling at the threads and constantly give you that feeling of, oh, I'm smarter than you probably think I am. That's the player fantasy behind all of this. I love when Tomb Raider makes me feel super smart, and I'm like, I know I'm probably not smart, but man, did that puzzle make me feel like I really cracked it. And this is actually in reference, of course, to campaign content. So with mention of content like the Shattered Realm at the moment, more of the kind of dungeon-esque experiences in Destiny, it is quite an exciting prospect to see more of that inside of campaign content. But they finish by saying we definitely aren't going to make it so you have to solve a community ARG to unlock the next mission, but I feel like what we've seen over and over again is the Destiny community loves discovering secrets, and so we want to get that emotion, that feeling of being smart, and how do we put that as front and center thematically in your experiences as you're exploring what on earth Savathun has done. And when again, looking at some of the stuff we see inside of trailers, the obvious secrets, and a lot of similarities to sort of Dreadnought content from Destiny 1, where the whole destination was almost like a giant dungeon, I think that paints a potentially pretty exciting picture for the Witch Queen. However, for today, guys, that is what we have to speak about inside of this video. So, as always, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and if you have, be sure to get subscribed to the channel as we've got lots of Destiny content coming up. But also give us any of your thoughts about the new content in D2 this week, or the upcoming Witch Queen expansion down in the comments section. Also, a like rating down below really does help us out if you've enjoyed the video. But otherwise, guys, thank you as always for tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.